Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting edition of Diet TV with Princess Kati Emiko. Diet TV is where we talk about our health, our food and our body, how the food we eat affects our body positively and negatively. And last week we started with the African diet, looking at the African diet, focusing on the Nigerian food. Is it healthy or not? Because most people do complain that the Nigerian diet is not healthy, that is loaded with carbohydrate, and so that's the reason for lots of cardiovascular diseases like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes. But is the African diet, focus on the Nigerian diet, is it really healthy or not? And that was the topic we had last week. And from researches, we found out that the African diet, focusing on the Nigerian diet, is very healthy, and it's even a diet that helps prevent high blood pressure. It's a diet that helps prevent high cholesterol. It's a diet that you can use to manage your weight. It's a diet that aids fertility. But the issue, how do you prepare the meals? What time of the day do you have these meals? So these are two factors that affect negatively the African diet. So when you don't use the timing and the preparation properly, then you are abusing the food. Because it is one of the best diets, because it's a diet loaded with natural food. And I remember I ended last week with a typical Delta meal that is being abused. We talked about the owo and starch as a delicacy that is supposed to be eaten only on occasions like weddings or funerals. But we find out that people eat this food on a regular basis. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, they continue with it the next day, and this food is high in cholesterol, made with thick palm oil, made with a lot of meat, and then another thing they use in swallowing the starch is not what you should have every day. So the abuse of the African diet is what leads to cardiovascular disease. So moving further today, we are going to be looking at other types of natural food on the Nigerian diet meal plan and how it is prepared wrongly and the way you can use it rightly too. We are going to be looking at those two. So first we are going to be starting with beans. Beans is a very natural, healthy food loaded with protein and other essential nutrients and antioxidants. But how do you prepare your beans? Do you boil your beans? Do you prepare it like beans pudding, which is popularly called moi moi? Or do you prepare it akara? Do you eat it in form of akara? Now, is there anything wrong with these three preparation methods? No, if it is eaten in moderation and if you calculate the timing. Akara balls or bean cake, which is soaked in oil, is not what you should be having on a daily basis, because the oil is highly loaded with calories and the oil triggers cholesterol. So bean cake is not what you should be having every day. But people have bean cake for breakfast. And they don't just have the bean cake. They have it with white bread. Bean cake is supposed to go with akamu. Bean cake is supposed to go with oatmeal. You can have bean cake like once a week because it's so dense in calorie because of the cooking method. You cannot compare bean cake to beans pudding. Beans pudding is just grinded beans. Steamed. And it comes out like a cake. It's not fried, except maybe the oil you add into it, as you can see on the photograph. But bean cake is deep frying and contains loads of oil. So you cannot compare these two and expect it to have the same effect in your body. An accumulative effect of bean cake eaten on a regular basis. The report card is high cholesterol. The report card is high blood pressure. Compared to bean pudding. Bean pudding is very effective for managing your weight. Bean pudding is effective for managing diabetes, but definitely not bean cake. And then of course, you can also boil your beans and take it as a side dish with your boiled plantain. What about this other delicacy they call there's the way they prepare these beans, I think from the southern side, with lots of palm oil inside the beans. There's another one they also call gbegiri. That one is eaten with swallow. Now, all this type of preparation is what affects the health. not necessarily the product per se. So when cooking your beans, or when eating your beans, or when you want to add beans to your diet, you need to think about your medical condition before adding that beans to your diet, or thinking of the better or the proper way to prepare the beans. Bean cake is not what you should have for even dinner because of the way it is soaked in oil. So the preparatory method is usually the issue, not the beans itself. Now, what about yam? Another healthy root vegetable. Are you going to tell me that yam, boiled yam, one slice of boiled yam is the same thing as a wrap of pounded yam? Of course, no. One thin slice of boiled yam is about 118 calories. If you want to talk about calories here. But we need about 5 or 6 slices of yam, thin slices of yam, to make a regular wrap of pounded yam. Can you see the difference? So an accumulative effect of pounded yam on a daily basis. People have pounded yam on a daily basis, I must tell you. And of course, the report card is obesity. The report card is high blood pressure. When you even swallow, now let me talk about swallowing. When you swallow, it takes about 72 to 74 hours for whatever you swallow, that lump, to ferment, to fortify, or to digest, depending on your activity level. Most times, it does not even digest. What happens is that it fortifies, or it ferments, and gets sticky to the walls of the colon. When you swallow, your digestive enzymes will not have the opportunity to help you break it down properly, unlike when you chew. So imagine a situation where you swallow pounded yam on a Monday, you swallow fufu on a Tuesday, you swallow cassava on Wednesday, you swallow plantain flour, yam flour on Thursday. No break at all. Of course, before you know it, the result is pot belly. The result is pressure on your organs. You must learn how to eat. Eating is deliberate. You must plan. Eating is timing. When you swallow like on a Monday pounded yam, you must give a break, like 2 days interval, before you swallow on Wednesday or on Thursday, so that you have enough time to break it down. And what time of the day do you do this swallowing? Don't forget that yam is energy-giving food. And if you are taking it in form of pounded yam, you need to make use of that energy. You don't take pounded yam and sit in a particular position. Or you don't take pounded yam 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and expect your body to function properly on a regular basis. So what time do you have your pounded yam? Pounded yam and boiled yam, they are two different things. A slice of boiled yam and a slice of fried yam, they are two different things. Because the fried yam has sucked enough oil. It has consumed enough calories. 1 tablespoon of oil, as you can see on the photograph, 1 tablespoon of oil is about 117 to 120 calories per tablespoon. So you can imagine how many calories is in that fried yam, popularly called dudu, which is a delicacy. So you can see that an accumulative effect, abuse of food, of the African diet or the Nigerian diet, is the reason why a lot of cardiovascular diseases are everywhere. And the timing of the food is the reason why cardiovascular diseases are everywhere. I will be right back with more information. Hello there. If you are conscious of healthy eating, healthy living, just like me, then the word detoxification shouldn't be new to you. Detoxification simply means the removal of toxic substances that would want to wreak havoc on your health. But I define it as getting the invaders down before they get you. I quickly want to introduce to you what I use once in 3 months to get myself cleansed from all these invaders. My 14 days miracle detox. It is a wow. 21 years I've been using this and there has been no evil report. I used it to get my body back after bearing my children. I'm marking towards my 50th and it has always delivered. Tremendous testimonies from clients in my academy. testimonies of reduced blood pressure, testimonies of balanced blood sugar, testimonies of cholesterol zapping. It is a wonderful detox. I encourage everyone to go on if you really want to give your system that sponge. What do we have here? I prepared this myself. This is the secret formula. A bottle a day during the 14 days miracle detox. This is a slow detoxifier. It is not a laxative, but it's a diuretic, and it cleanses perfectly well. And of course, we have the Princess Cathy Healing Tea Anointed. There are teas, but this is anointed. It delivers results. This also boosts immunity and gives you the energy you need to go on during the 14 days. It is also a visceral fat zapper. We also have the lipo tea. This takes care of the colon region, removing those invaders that we want to hide in there to cause havoc. Liposuction, it's like going for a lipo. It cleanses the colon. And then of course, you should know, if you are used to detoxification, that no detox is complete without punching the liver. And that is why we have the Body Perfect Make Peaceful. And the wonder of it all is the detox capsule. What does this do? This takes care of fortified fermented toxins in the colon that have stayed there for years that would want to wreak havoc. That is what the detox capsule does. How long or how many times should we do this? I do mine once in 3 months because I'm conscious of what I eat. But it depends on your health challenge. It depends on what you want to achieve. But I would advise, if you are thinking about a detox, if you are thinking about taking your body for a wash, which you should do because that is your best health insurance plan, think the 14 days miracle detox. Princess Kate Osamede Emiko is my name, and I'm the coach at the Jesus Wants You Fit Diet Academy. Welcome back. Still on the African diet. Consider 3 factors when you are on the African or Nigerian diet. What are those 3 factors? Preparation, timing, and activity. What is your activity? What is your energy requirement that will determine a particular type of food? What is your energy requirement? What job do you do that will determine a particular type of food? Because the type of job you do should determine the energy you need. So when you take in excess energy and you don't burn it, the accumulative effect over years is going to be sickness and diseases. So, beloved, preparation is key. Timing is key. The best time to have your carbohydrate is in the morning and in the afternoon. The best time to have your boiled yam and fried eggs is in the morning. Because you are just starting the day, so you are going to be using your energy. The best time to have that pounded yam is between 2 and 3 p.m. And make sure that after that pounded yam, you're still going to walk around. You're not going to sit down in a particular place. And of course, in the evening, it should be very light. In the evening, you should just have vegetables. That is how to go about it. Because when you have an accumulative effect of carbo loading every day, you cannot afford to have boiled yam and eggs for breakfast, pounded yam for lunch, and then white rice loaded, as you can see in the photograph. Loaded white rice with fried plantain, assorted meat, and a bottle of soda for dinner. And you expect your body to be the same. No, it's not going to be the same. Year after year after year after year, you are busy frustrating your organs. And before you know it, high blood pressure. Before you know it, cancer. Before you know it, diabetes. So, beloved, preparation, time, energy requirement, these are the 3 factors you must bear in mind before consuming any food. When you look at the food, what is the energy requirement? How many calories? What am I going to do to burn this food? What has this food got to offer me? So it is the abuse of the African diet that is the issue, not the food itself. I'll see us again next week. It's a long topic. I'll see us again next week, and we're going to be talking more. Remain blessed. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. And most importantly, food is medicine. Take it according to prescription. You must find out what your prescription is. Everybody cannot be on the same prescription. There's a prescription for a banker and there's a prescription for a truck pusher. So you find out what your prescription is. See us next week. Shalom.